Welcome to another edition of the Reading Hour. Today we are featuring Erik Estabrook, spelled E-R-I-K, and then Estabrook is E-S-T-A-B-R-O-O-K. I'm redoing this show because there were some technical problems with the last one, so let's begin. I'm going to discuss his book called A Heart Cast in Verse by Erik Estabrook, of course. Was by Publish America, based in Baltimore, was the publisher. And copyright 2009. Going to read the beginning of it, where his reason for the book, and he states here, the reason this book is called A Heart Cast in Verse is because that's exactly what it is. It is all my love personified and put together. The feelings in here are so intimate and personal that they're sure to please. I assure you that my poetry is at the highest level yet, and I didn't rush this book. It was over a 3-year span. I'm sending my love out to you in verse. If you enjoy this book, please visit me at www.erikestabrook, B-R-O-O-K.com. Estabrook. I'm jaw-dropped at this writer's ability to grab you, take you in, and release you with more knowledge and more essence of who you are. That is what I find about his works, is that they're more of an essence of who you are. They're from his perspective. They put me more in touch with myself, and to find a writer that can do that, it's difficult. I'm looking at some of the poems, and I'm going to read these two that I read in the last podcast, but I want to replace the podcast. So this one, it's entitled Princess of the Nile, page 12. If you have your book, turn to page 12. Begin. Driving my heart like a slave driver. Are you willing to please or willing to tease? Hair like ebony beads, skin like the earth when it's birthed between your knees. Eyes that are passion blades, with surgical precision, working over new graves. A feline divine, with the grace of an angel, an attitude of inner fortitude. My mask smiles deeply, and it connects to my own face. To love a heart truly, who won't even occupy your space? Princess of the Nile, whose golden silk skin is the greatest treasure short of Bethlehem. Going on to page 13. The name of this poem is Liquid. And the first stanza is what grabbed me. I don't know about you, but oh my gosh. Okay, begin poem. Liquid. Let me be liquid, so I melt into you. Let me be pure again, your perfume to bloom. But that's not what I long to smell. I long to smell the salts on your skin, hanging on all natural. I'll do my part. No fire will hold me back. I can escape with a newborn's path. Inflicting. You inflict so many holes in me, yet you sustain my whole irregardless. I hope I've not fallen for just a vision. Just a vision could try me broken-hearted. How sweet the spoils of you must be. In this tender surrender, there lies no way for escape. So let me be liquid, so I can melt into you. Let me be wise, so we never grow tired of each other. End poem. Now, isn't that amazing? I find it amazing. I think I'm going to just do one more. And I'm just going through. This is a tattered book, by the way. When I go somewhere and I have a chance to read on the way, or I'll have time to myself on the trip, this is the book I take. It's entitled A Heart Cast in Verse. And that's not exaggeration. That is true. That is truth. Oh, that one's good. I know I should be more organized, but how do you pick when each one is so wonderful? Surfaced is really good. It's another poem in this book. I just think it's wonderful. Oh, gosh, which one? See, this is my problem with this book. I can't just pick 3 or 5, but I want you to seek this book out. I think it's $24 on Amazon, or you can go to your local library if they do not have it. Request that they buy it. They will often do that for you. And okay, we'll do this one. It's called She Moved Me. Let me turn on the background music. She moved me. How is it? A storm born of denial. Attentions go on trial. You light up the afternoon with your smile. I had to catch you in my gaze. It was a moment that stayed. It wasn't her hair or fragrance that left me still. It wasn't your beauty. It was how you moved me. At that moment, I wanted to hug the sun. At that moment, I knew that my battle's been won. White Castle sand was in my hands. The obvious choice was to live in my dream. Over the storm and time I see, she was really real to me. She was really real to me. It wasn't her beauty. Most beauty fades when you come down to as soul and bones. I broke every word impure and unmeant in my hands. It wasn't her beauty. It was how she moved me. End poem. So there's 3 poems from the book known as A Heart Cast in Verse by Erik Estabrook. Again, I encourage you to buy it on Amazon, just $24.95. Or go to your local library and ask them to purchase it so that your community may enjoy the words of Erik Estabrook. In April, it's Autism Awareness Month, and Erik is on the spectrum. I hope to feature a number of writers that are on the spectrum. Eventually, I will be able to interview Mr. Estabrook and others and let them recite the poems, because no one can do it justice like the writer, him or herself. I thank you for listening. Please come back often. I'll be doing a series of mini podcasts, being 15 minutes or less, so you can upload it to your iPod, listen, decide if this is a writer you want to pursue the writings of. I think it'll be beneficial. So thank you, and send any comments to me at vaccinetruthnews@yahoo.com. I thank you for listening. Have a great day. And remember to find that book called A Heart Cast in Verse